What's going on, everybody? I'm Tank, and this is another episode of Roadie Reactions. In today's reaction video, we've got a special occasion on our hands, man, because today is release day for our buds in Lorna Shore. Their brand new EP, And I Return to Nothingness, comes out today, August 13th. So to the band, their producer Josh Schroeder, everybody at Century Media, and anybody else that had anything to do with this EP, congratulations, happy release day. I cannot wait to sit down and listen to this thing from start to finish. Now, if you frequent my channel, or you're watching this at the premiere or the first day it came out, you're probably a little surprised because I don't normally crank out reactions this quickly after a new release. I usually like to wait about a week after something new comes out to give it a little bit of breathing room and let people check it out at the original source so they can support the bands that way. But for this one, I actually teamed up with our friends at Century Media and Lorna Shore to be able to be one of the first people to bring you a reaction video to this. And I'm super excited about it, man. I kind of feel honored that they asked me to do this. Now with this song, I feel like we're gonna get something a little bit different than what we got with their last single, To the Hellfire. And the reason that I'm saying that is because when I had a conversation with Adam from Lorna Shore on this channel, he mentioned that every song on this EP had a different stylistic approach to it. So while To the Hellfire was super brutal and in your face, I feel like this one's gonna be different. Now don't get me wrong, it's still gonna be heavy as f***, I think we all know that. But I noticed it's a little bit longer of a song and video, so I'm pretty excited to check this out and see what we get. And as a reminder, again, for any fans of the band or anybody that discovers them on this video, I always throw links in the description to where you can stream these songs and buy these albums and support these bands. And I would highly recommend you do so if you like their music. And I guarantee you that the bands would appreciate it a ton as well. Let's not waste any more time though, man. I'm excited to check this out. As always, I will link this original music video in the description below. And today, I'm once again listening to Lorna Shore, and for the very first time, checking out their brand new music video for the title track to their new EP, And I Return to Nothingness. Let's go! Oh, we're getting Symphonic here. I have to start over. I'm going to start over because just that build up and then the vocal introduction and the way it started, Lorna Shore has become one of my favorite bands over the last few months. And I've been so excited over this release that I'm literally getting emotional over this. Really weird, man. Well, I guess it's not weird. That's what music does to people. It's fucking awesome. Let's rip this motherfucker. I usually never stop in the middle of parts, but that drum fill was fucking sick. And the mixing on it, the tones that were coming, phenomenal. Let's just hear it again. Oh! There's that shot again in the To the Hellfire video I talked about in the recording process. It sounds like when they hit downbeats at certain parts, it sounds like a gunshot coming off. And a lot of people were like, oh, that's just an 808. It's not. That's not an 808. An 808 is usually like a huge sub drop. That sounds like they've just mixed up the snare and a kick super loud on a downbeat to give it that punch effect. And I love that, man. I am absolutely loving this. Like, I'm almost just so enamored with everything going on that I feel like I've just been sitting here staring after I was initially headbanging, but I'm really enjoying this one a ton for my taste. And one of my favorite things that's going on so far is all the symphonic stuff in the background. It sounds like there's a church organ going in the background with everything that they're playing. And it's a really cool touch, man. This is just that, like, old school symphonic deathcore sound from them, man, and I love it. We've got a lot of video to go. We'll talk about other stuff later. Let's just keep going. This is ridiculous. There's no way I expected to sit down and have a song of, like, get me emotionally charged into this much today. This is ridiculous. So ever since To the Hellfire came out, everybody's been talking about Will. And rightfully so. He's an absolute animal. He's a beast, but I feel like when stuff like that happens, where you get a vocalist that's super, standoutish in their genre. Let's throw Alex Terrible from Slaughter to Prevail in this conversation as well. The rest of the band starts to get overshadowed a little bit. And, with Slaughter, it's like, yeah, Alex is the main, name in the band, and everybody, gives attention to him and stuff like that. But it's like, that band is phenomenally talented. And the same thing is going on here. Now, I know a lot of Lorna Shore fans already know that everybody in this band is just insanely good, regardless of who's doing vocals. They released Immortal as an instrumental, and I've listened to that thing nonstop, and it's just insane how good these guys are. So most people that are fans of the band and most musicians can already hear this and recognize the talent that's in the band. But I see a lot of other reactors and other people on social media that all they talk about is Will. That's it. They're just like, this guy's ridiculous. I'm like, did you not hear anything else that's going on in this song? This is masterful writing. Like, I love genres like this because you could almost compare this to, like, classical composing. It's so good, man. This is so fucking good. I still don't want to talk about gear yet. It's the same stuff I've seen them use. I just want to keep going. I will say, I don't really know what's going on in this story with this video because I've more been listening than actually watching, but I'll try and pay attention. Oh, that drum tones, man. Dude, that is a great chorus. We'll lead back into the solo. Let's do gear now since we're doing solos. So I'm just going to rip it really quick because I've talked about gear that Lorna Shore uses in other videos. Let's start on drums. So Austin is an exclusive artist of SJC drums. And again, I've talked about SJC a ton. You can check out some of my other Lorna Shore videos, but they started as a super small company by two brothers in their grandmother's basement like 20 years ago. And now they're one of the biggest names in custom drum companies. There's a lot of massive artists that are using their drums, Austin being one of them. He's also an exclusive artist of Pisces cymbals, which is one of the bigger cymbal companies in the entire world. I know he's using Evans drum heads, and then there were a couple other things at one point I remembered what he was using, but now I can't. But dude, his drum work is just impeccable, man. It's ridiculous. Guitar-wise, same things. We see the same Washburn. Now, what's interesting, though, is that he's using a Washburn Solar in this video, as well as in the last video. And I believe all the Solars from Washburn are parallaxes as well. But the Solar was the signature model of Ola England when he was with Washburn. And then in 2017, he left and started Solar Guitars. And he's doing the same things. And he just recently got endorsed by Solar Guitars. I saw on social media. So this must have been filmed before he got his first Solar or got the endorsement with them. And then Adam, again, looks like he's using the same guitars to the Hellfire video. I believe it's I know it's an RG. It's an Ibanez RG. I think it's the RG7 621, which is a late 90s model from Ibanez. I really think that's it for gear, because we haven't really seen a lot of their amps or cabinets and stuff like that. Into the Hellfire, they're using Mesa engineering for everything, but we never saw any heads or anything like that. So, dude, I feel lazy in this video. Like, I don't want to talk about anything else. I just want to not think and just listen to this. So we're going to do it. Oh. Oh. All right. One thing I want to point out. Awesome solo by Adam. One of the things I got to give Adam credit. Adam is a ridiculously good guitar player, and he's so overcritical of himself. And he told me that, like, when I talked to him as well. And it's like, if you look at his social media, this guy just lives and breathes guitar. All he does is practice and live stream, and he does lessons for people. Unbelievable guitar talent. The pinch harmonics he was throwing in there. For anybody that's not familiar with what pinch harmonics are, those are the really high squeals that you hear in that solo. And for me, they're tricky to do when I try and play guitar. There are some guys that have mastered it, but instead of it being a normal harmonic, the simple way to put it is also while you're picking, you're kind of, after you pick the string with a guitar pick, you kind of just lightly touch it with your thumb or your finger as well, and it gives it that overtone like that. To throw those in there in a solo like that is pretty damn impressive. Like that's some talent, man. Let's go. You guys. There was no fucking way I was expecting a key change going into that part. Very Immortal-like ending. Durango Films. Oh, I think that's the guy that did Immortal. Dude. That was a fucking masterpiece. I'll fight somebody over that. I don't give a shit, man. Wow. I'm gonna listen to it again and then I'll come talk about it in this outro. So this is now about take 30, trying to record a fucking outro to this video because I'm so excited about what I just watched that I keep tripping over my words and messing up and having to start over. So I'm just going to try and keep this simple. That was a fucking masterpiece, man. For my taste in music and what I like, that was masterclass. Songwriting, musicianship, composition, everything. I loved it. And one of my favorite things about music is the emotional experience that you can have when you find something new. Like, did I think I was going to sit down and record myself crying over a metalcore band for everybody to watch today? No, I did not. But I'm okay with that, man, because music should impact you on an emotional level if you make a connection with it. And I'm okay sharing that, man. I absolutely love it. And I think we're seeing something special with this band right now. Like, I feel as though they're on the verge of just exploding. And we've seen it over the last couple months, like millions of views on their last video, millions of streams on their new song. And I don't want to try and make it seem like I'm saying Will is making or breaking this band because he's the newest member. But the point I want to make is that over the years with certain bands, you see member changes and lineup changes. And sometimes it takes a band quite a few years to have a couple member changes to where they finally get the perfect lineup for them, like a tight, cohesive unit. I think that's what we're seeing right now. Like, Will seems to be the missing piece of the puzzle that this band needed to just become like the powerhouse that we see right now. And don't get me wrong, I've loved their music since before the stuff we've gotten with Will. It's just, it's hard to put into words. It's just what we're seeing is something like magical, like special. You're seeing a band made up of the perfect people tailored for one specific band, and it's just so cool, man. Like, I'm so stoked about this. I know the EP's out now, but like, I can't wait till their next studio album. And if they're on an album cycle, it's probably not going to be for a while, but I'm ready for it, man. So I'm stumbling here and I'm super excited. I've been talking a ton, so I'm just going to wrap it up here. But just as a reminder, their brand new EP is out today. If you haven't pre-ordered it, I'll throw some links below where you can support the band. You can go stream it. You can purchase it from them because these bands totally appreciate your help, man. It helps them a lot. So thank you guys once again. And if this is your first time here, feel free to click subscribe, man. I release new videos all the time. Subscribing is free and it helps my channel out a ton. If you liked this video, I would greatly appreciate the like as it also helps the channel. But if you disliked it, no big deal, man. Thank you very much for your time. You are free to click dislike and move on if you didn't like it. I'm also on a ton of different social media. I have a Discord server I hang on. I have a Twitch that I stream on. And if you guys are interested in any of that, I will throw links to that stuff in the description below. My handle on everything social media related is @TankTheTech. Thank you so very much once again for watching. I will be back very soon with another episode of Roadie Reactions.